This is Ryan.
And I'm John.
Welcome to preview season.
Oath of the Gatewatch.
Alright, we got a pretty good looking batch of cards here today, including what I think is the namesake for the set, pretty much. I'm talking about Call the Gatewatch.
Ow!
Yeah, buddy. So this one is an absolute flavor win. It should be pretty fun to run in a Super Friends deck, not to mention being an auto-include for every white commander deck that has a Planeswalker. I do feel bad for anyone who opens it as part of their sealed pool at the pre-release, though. It pretty much has zero use in Limited unless you also were lucky enough to open a Planeswalker.
Yeah, if you open this in draft, do not draft it thinking you're going to get a Planeswalker. The odds are just not on your side.
I'm actually pretty surprised that it's even a rare. Gathering together the Planeswalkers should be such an epic event that it pretty much demands it be a mythic card. That being said, having your tentpole moment be featured on a rare makes it accessible to casual players, and they'll get great mileage out of a card that searches out their favorite Planeswalker.
Yeah, the high converted mana cost without affecting the board is prohibitive. The fact that it only fetches a Planeswalker is prohibitive. So what you get is just a card that has extremely limited applications. I don't think it's going to make much of a splash in Standard, but it is worth noting that it curves really nicely into Gideon, ally of Zendikar. So if there's a matchup where you really want Gideon or any other specific Planeswalker, then this card's going to be worth a look.
Yeah, but like I said, opening it in Limited would be kind of punishing, haha, which leads me into our next card, Remorseless Punishment.
Ooh.
See what I did? No, it's good, it's clever. So I think this one could be very interesting in a two-headed giant game since you get to repeat the process. Now I presume that means you could pick a different target and thus a different head.
Who knows? Making
each player give up a creature or walker or pair of cards, but generally cards that let your opponent pick the outcome are not very good.
Okay, so... oh boy. This is a new version of Dead Ringers from Apocalypse in that you're going to have a really hard time parsing it the first time you read it. All you need to know, it's a 5-mana sorcery that doesn't work it doesn't work if they have less than 2 cards in their hand. And that is just a roundabout way of saying that it doesn't work.
Well, how about this one? Maybe this will do some work for you, John. Eldrazi Mimic.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, so this is interesting because usually you'll see a colorless creature and you'll figure you can kind of slot it into any deck on the fly in Limited, maybe like Bronze Sable or something, just to fill out your curve. But this guy actually gets way better when he has other colorless creatures to support him. Just be careful because he doesn't copy the abilities of creatures entering the battlefield, just their base stats. So think of it as a way to give your larger Eldrazi haste, in that you get to attack with their stats immediately, but then also have them available to block. This is a really alien-feeling card that turns a lot of conventional mechanics on their head, and I think it perfectly captures what the Eldrazi are all about.
So this is a pretty good curve filler in Limited, and I've long been a sucker for the kind of replacement level 2-1 for 2 with an ability. And in a dedicated Devoid deck, this seems amazing as a kind of creature that you make a very small investment into initially that grows at every spot on the curve. And what I'm imagining with this is maybe you play this on turn 3 and then you play this on turn 2 and then turn 3 you play Dominator Drone, attack for 3. Turn 4, Vestige of Emrakul, you now have a 3/4 you can attack with. It seems awesome.
Yeah. Well, how about this for a strong finish? Let's take a look at Linvala the Preserver. I think Thragtusk was a great value card when he was around, and this new version of Linvala is a worthy successor, right? Now, I can't find any reliable ways to blink your creatures in this format, but if we see something like Ghostly Flicker or Cloud Shift in Shadows over Innistrad, which is coming up, you might be able to get more than one trigger out of Linvala, assuming the first one didn't put you so far ahead that they don't work anymore.
Yeah, so this is awesome in Limited. It's just very clearly good in Limited, but it's also a great sideboard card in Constructed in that it kind of helps you as a control deck turn the corner and stabilize all in one tidy package. Think timely reinforcements with an angel attached to it. It's pretty awesome.
Pretty awesome. And speaking of tidy packages, you can pre-order all of these cards on TCGplayer and have them delivered.
Good pluggery.
You see how smooth it just flows together. So get your pre-orders in on TCGplayer.com right now and keep it tuned here for more previews during preview season for Oath of the Gatewatch. Thanks for watching.
See you next time.